you belong in the room. You got here. You did all the work to get here. So don't ever think of yourself as less ever. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who already I am, my name is Bowman. If you do know who I am, welcome back to the freaking channel, guys. And by the title of this video, you guys already know we're going to be giving some back to school advice for students like me, nursing students, because why not? Why not give out tips to the upcoming class or the going forward class or whatever the case may be, and also learning things for myself. Um if you guys don't already know, I'm going into my second semester as a nursing student, and I just wanted to come up here and give you guys, just some advice, some gems that I would have given myself if um I didn't know anything about nursing school going into it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. So I have my iPad here and I just have some notes on it that I wrote down because I will get off topic and not talk about what we are here to talk about. Guys, I love me a little cute slick back. But anyway, that's beside the point. We're diving into something really, really important because I know a lot of people are applying to nursing schools, applying to their school programs, or just got accepted, and you're so excited to start that you don't even know where to start and you don't even know what to get. Because I was feeling the same way too when I got accepted. I didn't know exactly what I needed to get, what I didn't need to get, what was useful, what was helpful. And I came onto YouTube and looked at videos of other people, and that helped me along the way. And I just wanted to put my insight out there as well. So let's just get into it. Let's just get into it, y'all. So the number one thing I'm gonna say, it's definitely more mental than academic. It's not, nursing school is hard, but it's definitely doable. That's for sure. It's more on the mental side more than academics because you're always given a perfect scenario of what is supposed to happen. There's always going to be the two answers that are always critical correct, but just for the fact that you're doing it in a perfect world, you have to answer exactly how it is. And that's what a lot of people like myself had difficulty with. I know I can speak for myself and say that that's something I had difficulty with for sure, because I knew the concept, I knew the idea, but I just couldn't execute it on my answers, which that reflected a lot in my exams. Because hold on, this is bothering me, because it's more so mental than actually being smart. You can be the smartest person in the room, but when it comes to that critical thinking, baby, and you don't even want to talk about the emotional roller coaster that comes with it, how your mindset has to work. Y'all don't understand the burnout, the comparisons. That's why in my program they told us to never ever compare grades. I don't care how much you know someone in your cohort, never ever compare grades, because you just never know. They can bomb the first test but ace the second test, bomb the third test but ace the fourth test. You just never know. So never ever compare yourself, because everybody is learning, everybody is starting at the same pace. It's not like, oh, she know more than me, or she's a CNA, she knows more than me. No, I don't care if you're a CNA, you're a tech, a PC. I don't care what you are. When you step into nursing school, everybody is on the same level. So don't ever, ever compare, because that will mess with your mental health and bring down your academics. I'm just saying. Nobody really explained that aspect to me. Even though I saw my sister go through nursing school, so I knew that it definitely was a challenge, but I never really had that conversation sitting down with her about it, because her experience is different and my experience is different. So I can only speak from my experiences, which is why I say your mental health matters. Never ever forget that you were a person before you became a nursing student, and you're going to be a person after you graduate. and after you become a nurse, you're still gonna be that person. So always prioritize yourself. It's more mental than academics, y'all. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all. Okay, the next thing I'm definitely gonna say, which ties into my first topic, is that not every nurse takes the same path. Going back to what I said, I don't care if somebody is a CNA, they're a PCA, they're a radio tech, they've taken blood before. I don't care what they've done. Everybody starts on a stepping stone. I'm telling you. Like they can be like, oh, I have so many people in my classroom that are CNAs, and shout out to them for real because they're doing it and going to school. Like that's never ever easy. But I feel like they're also learning different aspects of being a CNA than being a nurse. Because when you're a CNA, there are restrictions that you can't do. When you're a PCA, there are restrictions you can't do. When you're LPN, there are restrictions you can't do. You can't do certain stuff that are RN can. And learning to get in that mindset kind of just tells you right there that everybody's path is going to be different. Just because somebody is a CNA does not mean they necessarily know all the answers to what the situation might be, because like I said, becoming a student nurse means that you are in a very perfect situation every single time. It does not matter what the question is. Perfect scenario every single time. You gotta think like that. You just have to think like that. Everybody has their own aesthetics, everybody has their own path. So never ever ever look at anybody else's path and think that's what you want to have, because you never know what's behind it. They could have kids, they could have families, they could have financial troubles, they could be struggling down bad. And just because you think you know what their path looks like, you want to have that. No. Everybody is starting that stepping stone. You just have to support your cohort if that's the case. Support your classmates. Always uplift your classmates, because you never know what they got going on at home. So never ever judge somebody else's path for yours or want to switch. No. That is not a no. Ooh, sorry y'all. 3 on my list is okay to not be perfect, y'all. I'm loving how all these are flowing into each other. It's okay not to be perfect. I'm an example of that, because this is my second go around about nursing school, right? And for the first part of me going to a different nursing school, I was all over the place. I don't know what I was doing. I was all over the place, was not perfect. I came into this program and I still was feeling that way, because I just felt like this was something that I put myself on a pedestal and I could not cross over to where I needed to go to. And I always thought that just being the little quiet girl in the back was gonna cut it. No. Everybody goes through their own issues. And as I learned more about my classmates and my teachers and my peers around me, and like even the other levels around me, like you hear the same thing of it's okay not to be perfect, y'all. You don't have to be perfect. It's a big old world out there. Nothing is real. Social media is not real. The reality that you see every day is not real. You can see something and it could not be real. Like, do you get what I'm saying? You can see something and it could not be real. And that just goes into not wanting to dwell on every other person's path, because it's definitely different, y'all. I'm not even joking. You will fail. You will bomb a test. Your grade will drop. I'm telling you right now, it will. But that does not mean that you're not less capable of learning, or that you can't move forward, or you can't give yourself grades. No. I'm going to tell you guys a funny story, and to this day, I will always say that I will never ever forget this story. So last semester, I was doing great in my class. Mind y'all, this is Introduction to Professional Nursing. This is the easiest class I could ever take. Mind you, I'm taking what was I taking? pathophysiology, nursing concepts, and health assessment. That's what I was taking that semester, along with introduction to professional nursing. So in this class, obviously, this is like work that we have, but it's like, a little busy work here and there for us to like learn the professional side of being a student nurse and stuff like that. And throughout the semester, I was doing all my assignments, getting them in on time, getting A's. My grade was a 96. I think it was like a 96, 97. So it comes to the end of the semester, I'm trying to focus on my nursing concepts class and my pathophysiology class, because those were the classes that determined if I moved on to the next level or not. So I was putting all my effort into those classes. But we had this final project that we had to do for my introduction to professional nursing class, and it was like a PowerPoint. And I love doing PowerPoints. Like, it's something that I could do like this. Like, I could do a PowerPoint in like 5 minutes, and it'd be great every single time. So it was nothing that took me too long, but I did procrastinate on it because I did, like I said, I was paying attention to like my pathophysiology class, trying to pass my exam, trying to pass the class, just trying to move on from it, that I waited till last minute to do my project. So like I said, it takes me like 5 to 10 minutes to do a PowerPoint, and it's great. And for this PowerPoint specifically, we could have talked in the video, or we could have just did slides and like explained ourselves. So that's what I did, because that took me 5 to 10 minutes, like I said. So I did it. I saved it to my computer. I uploaded the documents to Canvas. So I thought, right? So mind you, this was due on a Sunday. We had our last clinical on Tuesday. Wait, was it Tuesday? Yeah, we had our last clinical on a Tuesday. So Tuesday comes around, and I'm sitting in the break room with my peers. And my friend Taylor, she's like, "Oh my gosh, I forgot to turn in my introduction to professional nursing." No, she's like, "Oh, my project didn't upload." And I'm sitting here laughing. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, Taylor, how could you do that? Like, girl, you're probably gonna get like 20 points off." And we're just sitting there laughing, because like, what can we do at that point? But for some reason, I go to my phone, right, and I look through, and it says that I submitted it. So I'm like, okay, I'm cool. I'm tripping. I'm like, whew, that I turned in my project. That's all that matters. So I'm thinking that. So the next day, I think it was like a Wednesday, I got an email from my teacher saying like, "Hey, Boma, like, I see that you didn't turn in your project. You turned in my project." Because she had did like a PowerPoint example, and I guess I had downloaded it to see like what it looked like on my computer. And so instead of me uploading my document, my work, my hard earned work that I did for 5 to 10 minutes, I uploaded her document. So she thought I didn't do it. So she thought I didn't do that, and uploaded that so I could have more time to do mine. But whole time I did that thing in 15 minutes, y'all. Y'all, when I tell you she put that grade, it was a 50. My grade dropped from a 96 to a 90. I instantly went from an A to a B. When I tell y'all, I was pissed. I was pissed. I went to the my course lead and everything. I went to like the she wasn't the president, but she was the person under the president, and I was explaining my situation, and she was just like, "Yeah, when it comes down to the end of the semester, you got to be really careful." And I was just like, "Oh my god, I'm not trying to hear that. Like, how can my A go to a B just like that?" But yo, I still passed the class. I just wanted something that I couldn't get, even though I worked so hard for it. And just like that, boom, my grade went from an A to a B. That is diabolical. And I can laugh about it now, because honestly, it just shows me that you're gonna mess up, and you can't do nothing but move forward from it. Like I said, I would never, ever, ever make that mistake ever again. No, don't, don't get to me lying. I will double check every single time. I don't care. 11:58, 11:59. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But anyway, that's a quick story just for y'all to say, like, you can do everything right and something will still go wrong. So you can't ever, ever, ever say that you're not meant to be a nurse. You're not meant to be in nursing school. Nursing school is so hard. Don't do that to yourself, because you will take yourself somewhere that you don't need to go. And it's okay to not be perfect. Let's get into the fourth thing. So nursing school is its own language, y'all. It's his own language. Like, I promise you, don't, between you learning how to say stuff medically, knowing the abbreviations and care plans, baby, the care plans will get you. They will get you. But I promise you, if you know your information, care plans are so much easier. Like, once you know the information, it's like you're able to just write it out. Like, it just makes so sense. And like, people say that, like, when you get into nursing school, like, you kind of adapt to the language, and that hasn't necessarily happened to me yet. And I think it's because we haven't started doing medications, which we are going to do medications this semester. So like, I feel like that would occur over time. As you get into the program, you just get used to saying stuff like so naturally, like, oh, she's getting 4 doses of heparin, or no, I don't even know if that is that right. See, I'm still learning, y'all. I'm still, but the moral of the story is, don't stress if it don't stick immediately, y'all. As long as you put in the effort and you put it in the time to continuously learn something and understand it for what it is, y'all be great. You're already great. You already got into nursing school. You already got accepted. That should already tell you right there that you're meant for this. There's a lot of people that did not get into nursing school the first round, and you're here. And even if you didn't get in the first round, just like myself, you're still here. You're in the building. So act like it. Act like it. hmm Anyway, let's get into the next part, which is my favorite part. I feel like clinicals are my favorite part of being in nursing school, because you actually get to meet other people, and like, you actually get to apply stuff that you learn, which makes it so much easier. That's why I feel like nursing school is considered hard, because being you're being put in real life situations. Like, you're actually in a hospital with real life people. You're actually in a home care setting with real life people. You're really in a clinic with real life people. So you see these things first in hand. That's why it's very important to have critical thinking. But clinicals is more so like confidence than your knowledge, because like, I promise you, your clinical instructor is not gonna sit here and say that you need to name all the medications on the list, or whatever the case may be. They don't want you to know everything. They want you to have confidence in what you're doing, because like I said, you're dealing with real people. This is not a mannequin that you are practicing taking blood pressure on. This is a real person. This is not a mannequin that you're taking blood sugar on. This is a real person. So you can't not have no confidence. If you're so timid to help other people, that is gonna bring your knowledge way down, because when you're nervous to do something, like, you just automatically feel like you don't know, you have no control of what's going on, or you don't know the information. Meanwhile, you have the information, you know what the information is, because when you're in class, you're saying all the right answers. But when you get to clinical, it's like you're freezing up, because you don't have that confidence. I'm telling you, confidence conquers everything in the clinical setting. You got to be able to, even if you do fall short, you having confidence in saying, yes, I did fall short, but this is what I'll do to improve it. Because your clinical instructors are watching you for how you engage, how you ask questions, how you show up for your patients. You better be their advocate. I don't care if my patients say they need ice water, and I say they need ice water and I don't give them no ice water, I'm gonna go get them ice water, because I'm the advocate. Like, you gotta be confident in stuff that you do. And I feel like when you start clinicals, like for me, I was nervous on the first day, y'all. I was nervous as heck. Like, I'm in a real hospital. I'm dealing with real patients. I'm real life taking blood sugars. I'm real life wiping your fingers, pricking you, and taking the blood. I'm real life doing that to you. But y'all, when I tell you, I cannot like even tell you how 7 weeks went by. I can't tell you. I can't even tell you. Like, I was having so much fun. Like, I was like, damn, when's the next clinical? When's the next clinical? And then boom, it was over. I was like, boy. And I also have fun with the nurses on the floor and stuff and the preceptors because they're all so nice. Well, my hospital, they're so nice. I don't know about any other people, but like they were so nice and receptive and welcoming. They were always down to help us, like because you don't want to have like a nurse like that doesn't care that you're a student nurse and doesn't want to interact with you. That's weird. But yeah, confidence in the clinical setting is a big thing you need to have, hands down. Now, we're coming down to the last stuff. This is about friendships. Friendships in nursing school will take you a long way. If you think you finna sit in a classroom and you finna sit in the back like myself, I do sit in the back. But everything you finna sit in the back and not talk to nobody and make no friends and no study groups, you are mistaken, my guy. Yeah, you can study by yourself. Yeah, you can do stuff by yourself, but sometimes you need another perspective of what, like, to explain stuff. Like, for example, last semester I studied with two people. Like, I was doing homework with two people the whole semester, and sometimes stuff wasn't clicking to me, and when I would listen to them talk about it or explain it, it would be like, oh, so this is how we connect this to this, and this is how this connects it. And then I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, that gives me a different route to how I need to explain myself. And also accountability. Even though you can say I'm very accountable and I can show up to class on time and I could do all this stuff by myself, sometimes you fall short, y'all. We are human. That goes back to the thing of not being perfect. Like, we are human. You're in nursing school, you're trying to juggle your life. You're human. Sometimes I used to be in class, like if I used to get to class early, Taylor would tell you. Like, my friend Taylor, mind y'all, she lived like 5 minutes away from the school. So I know this girl. It's like I know she right there. She could make it to school. But sometimes if I got there before her, I would text her, I'd be like, Taylor, where you at? Just to check in, just to be like, just to make sure you didn't oversleep today, knowing that we got lecture at 9 o'clock in the morning. I know you didn't oversleep. But it just be funny stuff like that. Like, friendships and nursing school are everything because like you guys are going through the exact same thing. Like, believe it or not, you are going through the exact same thing academically. Like, everybody is on the same pace. It's not like, oh, I'm here, you're here, I know this. No, everybody is on the same pace. Like, every single time that I met somebody in my cohort and I talked to them, just like in general, everybody was saying the exact same thing. Like, everybody was saying the exact same thing. And it wasn't even because it was just because we're all on the same stepping stone. Like I said, nursing school will humble you. That is one thing it will do. It will humble you. But friendships is a big part of nursing school. Don't think you can go through it alone, because you cannot. I'm telling you, you can't. And I've heard this from nursing students who became nurses and not who are preceptors. You can't. I don't make the rules. I just abide by them. Okay, the next stuff, next topic. Don't neglect your health, y'all. Nursing school is going to drain you, but I promise you, y'all, you're gonna come out the other side. You're gonna come out on the other side. I'm telling you, you're gonna come out on the other side. Now, for my program, I don't know how it works for other people's program, but like my clinical hours were from like 6:45 to I think it was like 2. So it was like what, 7 hours. And we were on the fourth floor for like 6 hours. So from 6 hours 6 hours of, let's say 6 to 7 hours of clinical a week, and like what, 20 something hours of lecture, you will feel burnt out. You will start getting sick randomly because you're gonna forget to eat. Gonna forget to sleep. You'll have no movement going on because you're constantly sitting down trying to study something, or you're sitting down trying to write something, or you're sitting down doing homework. You have to take care of yourself, y'all. Taking care of yourself is the number one priority, which ties into your mental health as well. If you're not taking care of yourself here and physically, you will have a lot of burnout. So you have to take care of yourself. I already told myself this upcoming semester, because I already know that I'm gonna have 2 8-hour clinicals back to back. I have clinicals on Wednesdays and Thursdays, y'all, for 8 hours, 6 to 3, back to back Wednesday and Thursday, and then I have class from 9 to 4 Monday and Tuesday. That's what, 10, 11, 12. Then we got lunch. Then we do 1, 2, 3. So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 14 hours of lecture and 16 hours of clinical. When do I have time to breathe? And mind y'all, I still have to do care plans, or I still have to do reports from my daily clinical experiences. Don't neglect your health, y'all. If you need to go to Chipotle after the clinical, go to Chipotle. If you need to go buy some ice cream, go buy you some ice cream. That's one thing I told myself. I'm not stressing myself out. If I feel like I'm stressed out, I will go buy something. Food, clothes, something. I need a distraction immediately. Immediately. Because the more you put yourself in a situation where you can't control it and you're trying to control it, all hell breaks loose. It breaks loose. I'm telling y'all. It breaks loose. So I'm just saying, take care of yourself and don't neglect your health. But let's get into the next thing. And the last thing I'm going to really talk about is probably, you're not just a student nurse. You're not. You're not just a student nurse. It's like when you go into a hospital, you think that you're less than anybody in there because, like I said, you just think you're a student nurse, right? You don't really think that the work you do matters. Like, you taking a little blood pressure here and there, you taking a little blood sugar here and there, you assisting them to the bathroom here and there, you watching them here and there. You don't think it really makes a big difference just by you being there. Like I said in the beginning, you already got into nursing school. You already progressed through your first few weeks of school for you to be able to go to clinical. They didn't just say, oh, here, boom. You had to show signs and exemplary actions that you are capable of being in a hospital setting. So be there. I'm telling y'all, the work you do matters. The difference you make matters. Like, I can't count on my hand how many times, mind you, I had 7 weeks of clinical, and on the last week I was a clinical coordinator, so I didn't really have patients, but I had was working with everybody that's patient. So that means for 6 weeks I had two let's say 12 patients in total, and every one of them was very receptive, wanted me to learn stuff. They were just eager for me. I was like, oh, hi, my name is Boma, I'm gonna be a student nurse today, I'm working with so and so. And they were so excited for me to come and learn stuff. And it's just sometimes when you sit there and you actually be in a room with somebody that's been in the hospital, you don't know how much difference you're making. Mind you, some of them don't have families. Some of them just want somebody to talk to. Some just want somebody to laugh with them. You just never know. So don't ever take your title as a student nurse lightly, because you are making a difference. You are. I'm telling you, you are. You are. You belong in the room. You got here. You did all the work to get here. So don't ever think of yourself as less, ever. ever, because you made it. Baby girl, you made it. You made it. Oh, yeah, you made it. You made it. That's what you gotta say, y'all. Nursing school is hard, but it's definitely doable. As my best friend always says, shout out to her. She's a big OR nurse. Nursing school is doable. You just have to learn how to have balance. Balance is the big diff here. But yeah, nursing school is a lot, y'all. But I'm not gonna say that it doesn't shape you like in ways that you never imagined. Like, I feel like nursing school has definitely brought me out of my shell more, because you can't do a lot of things by yourself. You gotta actually talk to your peers. You actually gotta go out and do stuff. Like, I've never ever ran for no school position, and this has me running for school positions, and I've never ever done that before. This has me talking to people that I never thought I would ever talk before. So always socialize, y'all. This is gonna help you. Like, you're starting soon. If you're starting soon, or you're already starting like me, just know that you got this. Students that are going into the fall, like August, August. Yeah, you got this. You got this for sure. And you're never ever alone. Let me know in the comments if you guys are nervous, excited about nursing school. I don't know, y'all. I feel like I think I'm gonna make this a series. Like, I think I am. I think I am. So if you haven't already, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more nursing content. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Let me know in the comments if you guys are nervous, excited, or nervous. Like, I'm excited slash nervous for the semester, but I know that I'm gonna be okay. I know I'm gonna be well, because y'all got me and God got me, and it is what it is. I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this little back to school advice video. Let me know in the comments if y'all want me to do anything else. Do I look a little cute, y'all? Okay. Let me find out. Yeah, my confidence has been going through the roof lately. I don't know what the heck be going on, but I think it's because I got my nose piercing back. But anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video.